Hi everybody, I'm making oats for breakfast today. So let's quickly get started with the recipe. So for this, I'll require 2 cups of water, 3/4 of a cup of steel cut oats. I'm using the one from True Farm. A third of a cup of coconut milk, about half a sliced banana. We're going to be sweetening this with dried figs. And the spices will include cinnamon, which is half teaspoon of cinnamon. This is some sea salt, and this is some nutmeg, which I'm going to freshly grate. I'm not going to grate this much, just a little bit. And what I'm adding to these is also these garden cress seeds. They're a very good source of omega-3 and iron. So I like to add this to my breakfast. So I'm just going to be adding it. So let me show you how to go about this. So into this saucepan, I've added the water, I've added the spices, figs, garden cress, seeds and apple. Basically everything other than the oats and the coconut milk. And now that the water has come to a boil, I'm going to be adding my oats. I've added my oats and I'm just going to let it cook on high heat. And until like all the water is dried up. So at this point, when almost all the water has evaporated, you can turn the heat to medium-low and just keep stirring to make sure that nothing sticks to the bottom. And at this point, I'm going to be adding my coconut milk. So I'm adding in the coconut milk. This is coconut milk from Real Thai Organic. You can also use homemade coconut milk. Just make sure you're using a thicker version or you're using a little more. And I'm just going to mix this together. See how creamy this turns. If you want it creamier, you can also mash half a banana and add it at this point. But for me, this works fine. There's sweetness from the figs and apple, and there's garden cress seeds, and now I'm just going to let it cook until most of the water evaporates. So you can see how nicely this is coming together. I'm sorry for all of this, but the moment it starts sticking to the bottom is when you know it's done, and you can turn the stove off. But basically you can see how nice and creamy it is. This is what you're aiming for. Now I've transferred the oats here. I'm going to be topping this with just a teeny pinch of maple syrup, although this is entirely skippable. Then fruits of choice. I'm adding some strawberries because they're in season. You can obviously also add like blueberries or any figs or any fruits of choice, like fresh figs, and some nut butter. So I'm going to be adding almond butter. So why that is important is that it slows down the sugar absorption in the body, so it doesn't increase your insulin level. So when you pair any sugar with fat, that's what happens, which is why I always recommend you add a spoon of almond butter or any nut butter of choice. Now I'm adding some natural almond butter from Cinnamon Kitchen, of course, and this is it. These are my delicious oats. They're extremely creamy. If you want more sweetness or if you want more creaminess, then at the time that we added the coconut milk, you could have also added half a mashed banana, right? And yeah, I hope you like this recipe. I hope you try it on the weekend. And yeah, take care everybody. Bye.